Longtime North Little Rock police officer and viral sensation Tommy Norman announced earlier this week his retirement from the department after 27 years.
This following Norman being placed on administrative leave earlier this month for being arrested and charged with third-degree domestic battery.
I spoke with Norman today about that incident, as well as looking ahead to his continued work in the community. As we reported earlier this week, Officer Tommy Norman has announced his retirement from the North Little Rock Police Department. He joins me today to talk about this decision and things that went into it. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Isley.
And as we know, you have been in the community for 27 years as a police officer, and there were some big events in your life recently that may have caused this or been a part of that reason. Can you tell us what's been going on?
Yes, ma'am. So almost 3 decades, a police officer in the city I grew up in, North Little Rock. And I did retire 2 days ago. It was a decision that was very difficult. My plan was to retire in August of 2026, but because of some recent events, as you mentioned, I decided that it was time to go ahead and retire now.
And we reported on those events that happened. You were arrested for domestic violence. Can you tell us what happened that night?
Well, with it still being adjudicated in court or not being adjudicated in court, I can't really speak much on the details, but I will say that it was an argument, a verbal argument that escalated, and some things happened that night that my wife and I both deeply regret.
And, you know, with you being a public figure, not just here in our communities, but also worldwide with your social media following, almost 5 million followers with it all added up, people put you on a different pedestal, and this may have shown a different side of you. Do you have anything to say to that with all of the accusations and rumors that have been started?
I regret the event that took place on September the 13th. And as you mentioned, being a public figure, not just here in Arkansas, but across the globe, one mistake can overshadow all of the good that I've tried to do in my life. And it's something that night that I can't take back. But I do want to show the community that that's not the person that I am. I'm the person that they've seen in so many years, in so many neighborhoods, and so many families. And I just ask that they give me some grace to be able to show them that what they've seen wasn't a cover-up. It wasn't something that wasn't real. It's authentic. It's still genuine. I just need time to be able to go back out and prove myself all over again.
And this is a heavy topic when you talk about things that happen between wife and husband or domestic, and you're a police officer. For some people, it was disheartening to hear that you were even associated with something like this. Have you ever had any cases of showing violence towards women?
I have not. My entire life. I grew up with 6 sisters in my family. I'm the baby, me and my twin sisters. So my mom taught all of us what it was like to treat a lady, to treat a woman. And it has been disturbing, especially for young people in the community, young kids that look up to me, that have spent time with me, that look to me as a mentor, and now they're really confused. I get it, but I want to make that up to these people.
And, you know, with you being that public figure for them and being someone positive before this, do you feel some type of responsibility for how things have played out?
I do. I do accept responsibility. I'm not just a police officer. I'm a human being. I'm a husband. I'm a dad. I'm a stepdad. And people look to me for the right example. And I didn't set the right example that night of September 13th.
Does your retirement have to do with any of these incidents?
The incident that took place, it did speed my retirement up. You cannot put a price tag on peace. And I had 10 more months to go. Regardless of what would have took place within the police department and their investigation, I just felt that it was time to go, to take the attention away from the police department. They've been through a lot with all of this. I've been through a lot with my family. Hopefully now that I've retired and been transparent, showed humility, that we could all move past it.
And do you think that we can expect more from you coming up, being still in the community? Will you still be giving back?
Oh, honestly, 3 hours after I retired, I was out there taking a family to get a haircut. It's been in my DNA since I was probably around 13 years old, and I want my last breath on earth to be giving, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
And I won't stop. It's going to continue. Just in a pair of jeans and a T-shirt, not a police uniform anymore.
And so this will be the next phase of Tommy Norman.
More of a rebranding, I guess you could say. I know that people will always call me Officer Norman. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. They've been calling me that for almost 30 years. So it's more of not the police officer making a difference, but just a human being, a part of the village. And I know that sometimes the village doesn't come through, but I want to ensure that our village here in Arkansas continues to step up for people in need.
And with that point, being a former officer now, retiring, that's something that's going to follow you. That's a part of your DNA almost now. Your family's a part of that as well. How's your wife doing?
So it's obviously the elephant in the room. When I go further and speak, have speaking engagements that I already had planned before this happened, I want to remain transparent. Rosalind, my wife, she is very emotional still about what took place. That was a night that we, as I mentioned before, our life changed in a matter of seconds. And if we could go back and change it, we would, but we can't.
And so we will just have to see how that plays out.
Yes, it's still being, I guess, in the process through the court system. Hopefully we hear something soon. My prayer is that it's dismissed, or this chapter can close and the new chapter will begin.
So now people will be watching. This was everywhere, all over the news, worldwide, as we talked about before. What can we watch out for next from you?
Well, you've got the holidays coming up. We have Thanksgiving, so I want to be a part of helping families with Thanksgiving. Once again, I've been doing that. Mm-hmm. Christmas is always a big thing for me, to choose some families to go out and deliver gifts to families or take kids shopping. Once again, that'll be in a different role. And I'm looking forward to 2026, because in 2025 has been probably the most difficult year of my life. So 2026, I'm looking forward to that day because I can actually start over in a new year.
And before we've interviewed you, when you were, working with the government to change administration with your daughter and all of that, can we see you going back into that as well and helping people?
Yes, ma'am. My daughter passed in 2021 from fentanyl. And because of me being a police officer, that's something that obviously I already took seriously. Mm-hmm. But also my schedule was so restricted because I was a full-time employee and I wasn't able to take off a lot of times. But now I can focus more on drug prevention, especially with fentanyl. And to be quite honest, if I want to remain transparent, is touching on domestic violence.
Mm-hmm. And with domestic violence, some of your fans were victims of domestic violence, been around it. There's more people that we know that are affected by it. Do you have any words of encouragement or condemning that right now?
Yes, I would say that if you and your significant other are in a verbal altercation, to leave. Someone go in another room, someone leave and go to a family member's house, separate from each other. I think that would be the best advice. If the police are needed, call the police.
Is there anything else you want to leave us with today?
Just want to let people know that where I am in life right now doesn't define who I am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.